Welcome back to the show, everybody. It's going to be a good one today. Hashtag RelistXRP is no joke. And Tetragon finds out if you're going to mess with the bull, you liable get the horns. SEC's up against the ropes, and it might not be long before they learn what Tetragon did. And Ripple's in it for the long game. We'll show you evidence of that. And Ripple's Swell event 2 days from now. Did you know? We're going to get into it. Facts, figures, and XRP price is still strong. Let's go ahead and roll that beautiful intro and do this.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradley above at the top of the screen, and everything that we're talking about here today on Twitter. Make sure you follow me there. 1.7 plus market cap, little down collectively, almost off by 5% here for the whole crypto space. Bitcoin coming in at 54,944 and change. It's off by 5.74% on a 24-hour, coming down to number 7 spot. XRP, 58 cents right now. Yeah, I like it a lot. And it is 7.80 on the 24-hour, and it is 23.99% on the 7-day right there. So that is remarkable. 58.26, ladies and gentlemen. Who likes it? I do. I can tell you that. All right, let's see the range, though, because we are at a critical point. We got past that 47 cent mark, which was a huge resistance level. We're above it now, so let's see if we can stay there. Look at where we're ranging. This says 56 cents on fiat links. I'm seeing 58 on CoinMarketCap. Let's see if this changes when I refresh here. Okay, that's better. But we are ranging, just to get the range here, we are ranging right here between 54 and 59 cents. And that, to me, is a really, really good sign. So we're going to get more into that in another video. But let's go ahead and get started with the news. We got a lot to go over here. So Ripple, again, continuing to hire, continuing to expand, acknowledging that this is a globally decentralized asset with XRP and what Ripple's business model is, and they continue to expand, which really to me puts pressure on this whole case with the SEC, which is obviously turning out to be a complete and utter mess. It really, really is. And we're going to get into that in just a second. Hearing in the SEC case positive for Ripple and XRP, the SEC said only Ripple and its affiliates could be accused of illegal sales. This is important. This being the case, crypto exchanges that have stopped selling XRP since the SEC action could now potentially hashtag relist XRP. This is where the hashtag relist XRP has come from, as you know. And if you're new, this is where it has come from. And this is why we encourage everybody to continue to do so, to put that pressure from our side as much as we can, right? I mean, we are retail investors, but you know what? Never underestimate the power of what you can bring to a situation. So looking at that, I do want to remark that it has gotten really strong. And from XRP Crypto Wolf here, XRP Army gets a hashtag relist XRP trending demands hashtag crypto exchanges comply. The pro hashtag XRP campaign was at one point trending on Twitter in the US, UK, Netherlands, and Australia. There you go. Power's in the numbers, right? Keep it going. I am going to hashtag everything that I retweet. That's what I'm doing. All right. So here, this is someone has confused this as a part of the hashtag event, and I don't want to put ice water in anybody's veins or be the wet blanket on the campfire. But the real deal is this. The like exchange made the decision to relist XRP before the SEC hearing. So this one doesn't go to us, but kudos to Like in Switzerland for choosing to relist them regardless of the hashtag relist. We can only hope that this trend continues with everyone from the exchanges following the SEC case the way we are and understanding that they are not liable, so they could return to selling and listing XRP. We will keep an eye on that as well. Now, here's a big point right here. If you remember and have been following all the many different areas of this one's being sued, that one's being sued, Tetragon was a part of a fundraising round with Ripple, and they chose to sue Ripple based on the allegations. The reason they did that very quickly was because in their contract with Ripple and the 100 and some million they had put up in the fundraising round, it was cited in their contract that if XRP were to be deemed a security, Ripple would have to return the money. Well, Tetragon got out of the gate a little early and decided to sue them on allegations and not an actual legal ruling. Right. So they lost that case after causing some problems. And now Ripple's coming back with $3.2 million suit against them to reclaim damages from that lawsuit. If you're going to mess with the bull, you better make sure you don't get the horns, right? SEC claims Bitcoin and Ethereum documents are not relevant in the SEC hearing versus Ripple, changing gears to that now. And this is where it really gets very interesting. The SEC has asked the judge not to order the production of the BTC and Ethereum documents demanded by Ripple. What is the SEC hiding? Well, Jeremy Hogan says it quite well right here. He says, well. And by the way, these documents here are the SEC pleading with the judge to not have to cough up Bitcoin and Ethereum documents because they do not have the documents that support why that either one of those are not securities. $1 to a donut. I can bet you that. So now we know exactly what documents the SEC is nervous about Ripple seeing. SEC says the requested Bitcoin and Ether documents are not relevant. Translation for Jeremy Hogan here. The Bitcoin and Ethereum documents are not only relevant, but probably damning. Guaranteed. And I can feel it too. I really can. They're trying to shut the door on this because, look, I think anybody who's been in this space long enough understands clearly, certainly in Ether's case. I mean, Vitalik Buterin has said on camera, which I know DAI has played for many people. I think I've even showed it once or twice, Vitalik Buterin saying on camera that they did an initial coin offering, a fundraise with giving out coins, and nothing happened to Ethereum. Now, whether that has anything to do with the fact that William Hinman at the time at the SEC was on the dole with a company that was on the Ethereum Foundation and he received $1.6 million is a matter for William Hinman to answer and the SEC. But nevertheless, that happened. So looking here, we move now because we're going to be talking about the Ripple Swell event in a couple of days. And there's also been, over the last couple of days, and even more days coming here in the rest of March, the BIS. The BIS has been holding several conferences on cross-border payments, right? And this is important because Kahina Van Dyke, who used to work at Ripple, and when she was hired at Standard Chartered Bank, Brad Garlinghouse said that Kahina was only a node away on the network. That's exactly right. And obviously, this is a reminder that Kahina Van Dyke really understands, obviously, all of this because she spent time and worked there at Ripple, but she's reminding people XRP can bridge all closed gardens. This is the motto. This is the narrative, right? This is what it does. And this is why everyone's talking about it. This is R3. And this really just puts forth the notion that we are moving to renewable energy. I want you to just listen to the first minute or so here, and it might be even less, but just listen to this for a second.
If you see over the last 3 years, we have seen a lot of seriousness globally around green energy, decarbonization initiatives in the broader markets.
And I'm not going to give you the rest of the clip because you get the gist of it. He set the tone right there, and then he starts spitting some facts and figures and things of that nature. This is from QuarterCon 2020, R3's event that they hold, and it's all about the ability to accelerate the need to be carbon neutral with utilities around the world. Like payment networks like the XRP ledger. Yeah. Which also means, how does this narrative, by the way, if you have the answer, I'm asking because I don't, how does Bitcoin fit into this knowing, or how does anything that is proof of work fit into this? Want to phone a friend? It doesn't, right? Something's got to give. The whole world is in alignment about going green. So if the whole world is in alignment about going green, and we know that proof of work is a huge draw on electricity, then we know that something must be coming, right? And I would imagine it's probably in the form of taxes, some kind of a carbon tax maybe. Keep an eye on it. This here is just a reminder that Ripple leads sustainability agenda to achieve carbon neutrality by 2030. Yeah, that's why there's a solution. That's why I believe they're going to be a major part of the new financial internet of value, right? Will be interesting to see what gems will be talked about during the Ripple Swell event, which is coming in 2 days, March 25th, 2021. Backed by popular demand, here it is, Regional Ripple Swell webinar series. Again, join us to hear the thought leaders, customers, Ripple executives, and learn about the payment landscape in key regions, as well as build momentum for Swell Global 2021 in the fall. There you go. And it'll be interesting if the one in the fall will actually be a physically attended event. That will be interesting. Here's an interesting thing to leave out on here, okay? Let's understand this. We just set the tone for moving to renewable, sustainable energy, moving payment systems to a carbon net zero neutrality, right? Now, here we have a recent survey from Michael Val 5 links. Shout out to you, my friend. A recent survey of 65 central banks conducted by the Bank of International Settlements, which is holding these massive conferences right now with some of the biggest central banks and world leaders around. It's massive. And it is about cross-border payments. Okay, so Bank of International Settlements found that 86% of the 65 banks were exploring CBDC issuance, and about 60% were conducting a proof of concept. Well, what I want to remind you of is, well, we know that some of those, or all of those, are working with the Ripple's private ledger. It's not none of them, because we've already been told by Ripple it's some of them, at least some of them. The question here is it all of them? Is it 65 central banks working on the private fork or private ledger? Or is it just some of the 65? Because it's not zero. If you wanted to know where zero banks are working with it, it's at Bitcoin's house. No banks are working with that right now. But this is at least 65 banks or some of the 65 banks. Who's feeling good about that this morning? Because I am. Yeah, I sure am. And a reminder that just a couple of days ago, they reissued a new white paper that shows XRP is the bridge currency, which is interesting because we know for a fact that, this is what the goal is, right? Isn't this the goal, right? We know Kahina Van Dyke, who has just said, and where's her post here? Here it is right here. Kahina Van Dyke, right? What's she talking about? She's talking about the idea of bridging all closed gardens, right? What did David Schwartz talk about? The same exact thing. The private ledger is to give them what they want. At some point, they're going to want to lower their own private walls in that private ledger and be able to use XRP to bridge. Because if you don't, you haven't solved the problem. All you've done is digitize the paper money, and you still have pre-funded accounts around the world to the tune of, either 12 to 20 some trillion dollars locked up in dormant capital. The idea of going digital doesn't work unless you use a bridge currency, because at that point, you don't need to pre-fund the accounts. You can unlock the 12 to 20 some trillion dollars that's been dormant and locked up since there's been cross-border payments in the world. And that money can be accessed by the central banks, because that's where the problem in the economy is coming home to roost, baby. But don't believe it. It's still true. So there it is, XRP, the bridge currency for the world. And none of what I say is financial advice, but this is one of my core tenets, and I'm going to show it to you again from JC Holder. Notice on the XRP rich list that the top 0.01% whales trend, how it's curling up as indicated in the red square, and the rest is flatline. Watch what they do, not what they say. And that's exactly what I preach a lot of here about my perspective and my approach to investing. And it's not financial advice, but I am stacking my pennies next to their dollars. And when I see that line going up, you're going to see my line going up, because that's how I do it. And that's going to do it for me. Make sure you check out the next video that's coming out, because we are going to break down some price predictions. We may be headed for $1 for XRP sooner than you think. I'll catch all of you on the next one.